Oh, here we go. He started every time Avery opens his mouth, he he fucking dunks his head in a 5-gallon bucket of elephant shit. He was talking shit earlier about DJI drones and the police can cut them off and shut them down and they can't you can't launch it if it's not connected. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. DJI drones have to have a minimum of 12 satellites. They'll usually operate and connect to 17 satellites. But I thought he thinks that's all fake. That's all a hologram. See? He caught himself. He's like dumbass Candace Owens. He caught himself. If you listen to him, they contradict their own fucking lies. So he said that there's no satellites if the Earth's flat, Avery, right? Even though you can look up at night and see a whole trail of satellites all in a row going across the sky. You can see that every night in America. How you guys sit there and listen to him is fucking beyond me. I don't know how you do it. And he said something else that's totally ridiculous. It's just drone tech. He knows nothing about. Somebody said in Discord a while back, he's not very tech savvy. He's not. He's stupid and he's lazy. All these things that pop out about a person, you know, you see all these things that are glaringly obvious, like very, very early on. It's a 100% fucking fact. He proves it every day, period. End of the story. Oh yeah, he gave told the doctor the nail gun through his hand story. Do any of y'all believe that a doctor is going to tell you because a nail went through your hand, didn't even break any bones, you'll never play guitar again? I don't believe it, and I don't think any intelligent person does. But my question to you is, why do you sit there and listen to somebody? That's like sitting there listening to Joe Biden or fucking Kamala Harris. Really, man? And then you're shocked when they lie to you over and over and over again? You're shocked and amazed. That's absolutely fucking retarded. The dude can't get a decent guitar tone with 20 grand of shit sitting behind him. Can't pull her off. Let's laugh and have fun and make fun of this idiot.
We are stereo. If you're talking about the guitar, I don't have a big heavy pong. You can hear it there's just a little bit of back and forth. You know, if you use a phaser or something, you can get a really cool effect by stereo phasing it back and forth. I don't really do too much of that. My rig back here is stereo as well, but it's like the two speakers, the top and bottom is one side. So even though it's a 412, it's acting like a dual 212 cabinet because it's stereo. But they're side by side. So there's really no stereo imaging there.
The tone, one clean, two dirty?
No. Well, I can show you. Both of the outputs are dirty because let me switch over here where you guys can see this. Display display screen. Okay.
You know what I think fucking Rusty Nuts should do? Give all of his guitars away except for 2 or 3 and actually learn how to play. He's going to be dead before he can play an entertaining riff for fucking 2 minutes. It's not happening. He's too busy fucking with shit. He thinks the earth is flat, so he's slow right there. But I'll bet you any amount of money that I can take a person that's never touched a guitar, it's not even fucking interested in guitar, give him my guitar and sit there and have them strumming and having fun in 5 minutes. Now you give that little lesson 3 months, they're gonna surpass Avery's playing. I know teenagers that they got into it and they took a couple lessons, then they did it at school and they helped them learn because the kid really wanted to learn. He ended up going to San Antonio College for it, music theory, and they made him even better at looking at and deciphering music and transcribing music in his head. He could look at piano books and play it on guitar. And it didn't take long at all. His name was Carly in San Antonio, Texas. Kid was amazing, man. We were teenagers. He just fucking blew me away. But, yeah, I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad. And he won't listen. I had a guy go in his room one day and he was messing with it, and Kurt was like coaching him on, hey man, this and that, because you know all those lines on those little things, if you know what you're doing, the little drag meter line meters, if you know what you're doing, those are great, you know, 0 to 100 drag meter, you know, drag bars. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's like putting a fucking 4-year-old behind the seat of an Indy car. That's exactly what you're doing. Yeah, they may go vroom, but it's going to go boom. Guarantee it. But, so here, anyway, I had a very good world pro guitar player go in there, and he's got a fucking ear, boy. Nobody said nothing. I'm just like, please, man, help this dude with his sound, man. You know what the first thing he said was? It sounds like he's got like 2 doublers going on at the same time. Or like too much chorus. And Avery will not stop with the chorus. The dude was like, drag it down, and it sounded horrendously better. Well, Avery put it back. Anyway, that went on for months of Avery leaving it there where it sounds bad. You know, he's switched units. I don't even know if it was that retarded ass little fucking practice amp he had. I'll tell you what, the Spark fucking blows that Yamaha away. There's no comparison. Holy shit. What a badass little amp the Spark is. And there's like 3 of them now, and the Fusion and all that. It's fucking unbelievable. That was a technological jump for guitar shit. All the multi-units are 1,500, 3,000. They've all got serious drawbacks. Not with the sound. The sound's badass, but, you know, a little plastic unit or funky knobs or, you know, they're getting better. I'm sure I'll move to that, you know, but I haven't had a reason to. But anyway, Avery your problem is, dude, is your tone, and you won't listen. It doesn't matter what style you play. I've played live with people, and I just walk up blind and play equipment that's not mine. And I'll mess with the, at low volume and shit. And I'll just be like, hey, man, can I move your shit? They usually like, yeah, please. When Billy Corgan goes on stage, do the opening little bands that they have open, or, they'll ask him, when they meet him, they're like, man, can you make my fucking fuzz sound like yours, dude? Yours just fills a fucking auditorium, your little fuzz pedal, dude. Can you do that for me, man? And he'll go out there, sit down like Indian style. There's videos of it. And play the dude's guitar and bang around on it and get him an amazing fucking sound. They got the equipment, they just don't know how to do it. And it's not a real big secret. I mean, it's cool. Everybody sounds different, but there's bottom lines to where you got this humongous, massive, powerful guitar rig, and you hit an open A and you ain't got no bass going on, and everything else is blasted. That's just bad. It's bad tone. One thing I'll tell you, and you hear people say it all the time, but they don't stress it enough. When you're playing in a room or your house or your garage or whatever, and you get the perfect guitar tone, right? Then you move drums into that room. Don't matter what room it is. And a bass. And you start playing as a unit. Like 40% of your sound, you can't even hear it. You may as well take 4 strings off the guitar. You can't hear it. Then you can change this and change that. What I've been doing for, about 5 years straight now is just using little patches like what you can get for all the little loaders. All they're doing is you're dragging a patch. You know what? That's not even new. I was buying this line of pedals, and they were all true bypass, and they were all studio quality effects. And you could go get the downloads, plug it into your computer, and it would pop up, and you go to their little, thing on, just kind of like a tone cloud, and grab it and drag it to the pedal, and it would completely change the pedal. It would give you like 5 bass sounds, and all those were modifiable with the hardware on the pedal. That's nothing new. Everybody's acting like that's something new, like NOM files and shit. That's nothing new. That's like 30 years old, dude. But they're using it better, and they're making them, creating the files better, and capture devices and stuff. They're really, really good. They're fun. Now, Avery, why would you not go get some kick-ass capture files? Why? You got that little pedal. Old boy sent you a little patch for it. Why don't you go on there and load 4, 5, 10 ISO files? Why won't you do that? Why? I want an answer. The first one you click, metal. You're going to click on it. It's going to be the best thing you've ever heard in your fucking life. It would take you years of tweaking shit to fucking get what's there in a click. That's the way with the Spark. I was going to send you a Spark when I met you last year. It would have blew your fucking mind. The presets it come with, they're kind of lame, but the new ones, they come with cool. But you touch this little thing on the app and it goes to the tone cloud. There's like 5 million files. You search for what you want, and there's like fucking 780,000 under metal, 2 million under rock, and they all sound badass. None of them sound bad. Some sound better than others. Some just flat. You can tell what kind of guitars the guy had that created it because they label it. They label it like that, and it's in the tag. But, you know, with my little Spark, I'll tweak with a channel every now and then. I end up leaving it alone and reverting it back to its original because it just sounds fucking badass. And they're a company that listened to the customer. When the first Spark came out, that's what I have. It's so badass. User said, hey, man, you know, if you don't mind, your next, you know, your Spark 2, could you put a looper on it? Other people said, hey, could you put a line out on it? Could you put a real stereo headphone, you know, high output on the back for real powerful headphones? Hey, can you put this, put that? They did it all. Now, when you call Fender and say, can I get that? Fuck you. You'll fucking pay 12 grand for shit and you'll love it. Same way with all the other ones. You get what they fucking slap together half drunk. But Spark listened to them. It's the cool for a podcast. I don't know why guys are buying $5 grand, and it has a built-in interface. It's crystal fucking clear. You can record shit with your phone. You can do a podcast and play with your Spark right through it. Your phone mic's on. The interface is going through, putting what you're playing. You can play backing tracks with it, and it mixes. You can mix it so perfectly. You don't believe that it could be that good. Crystal clear. You go on YouTube. You can create your own. You can go on YouTube and watch a video on your Spark app. Pick your favorite song. And at the bottom, it'll have a little label. It says, if there's any tones users have created for that sound. I've tried it like 20 times. It's dead bang on. You sound more like Tony Iommi than fucking Tony Iommi. Because we have better equipment than Randall amps and you're running straight through a cab, you know. We have better, more high fidelity. You can tweak a fucking distortion pedal better than that nowadays. But anyway, yeah, let's have a laugh, shall we?
Oh, you see that? Yeah. So let me maximize this. So this is the in feed. So here is my boost pedal, and here's my distorted amp, and then it splits to stereo. So both sides, both feeds are distorted. So I don't technically have any clean. We can look at the amp, bass drive, channel presence. Nope. So both channels are distorted. So I do not have 100% clean signal going to the amp. So yeah, that's how this one is set up. So no, I don't have any clean. And you can do that, man. A lot of these guys will run 2 amps and they'll have a clean signal going through, and it adds a lot of definition, and they put their dirt over it. I've done it too sometimes, but this particular sound is not. It still has the definition. I don't think there's a lot of gain in it. can still hear the note separation.
I'm gonna have to make a part 2, man. First, I'll get into it here in a minute. Stick around for part 2.